What's up? This is Brandon Smitley, BrandonSmitley.com, bringing a training log video commentary. Week 4, day 1, final week of the hypertrophy training block. The first leg day from Saturday. I'm able to squat again like I was last week. So this week I decided just to start off with squats, kind of give me like almost a week that kind of feeds into getting back into my usual powerlifting strength training. So today I worked up with the spider bar to continue to give my shoulders that break and that rest. I basically wanted to work up to a really good top set of 10 to the box, set right at parallel or slightly below. This felt pretty good. I got up to 310 for 10. It was actually a PR. My best previously was 10. Was 8. I didn't even realize it until after the fact. So that's a really good sign in terms of where I'm at, I guess. That was about 6 or 7 months ago that I did that. So a little bit of improvements. And then I basically went down to a plate with the bar, took the box away, went with the close stance, and did 4 sets of 20 with the close stance here with no true lockout. Really focusing on the quads. This bar does a good job of that because of the way the camera puts the weight in front of you, and then the safety squat bar aspect of it, keeping it with the high bar position. So really good movement that fried my legs just right there, those 2 movements. I then experimented with doing a band assisted hip quad lift. Westside Barbell makes a machine that basically does this for you. I believe it's called the hip quad machine. We got a question on the Elitefts Q&A about it, if it could be replicated. Initially I said no, I don't think it can be because it's such a specific machine. But it got my mind racing of ways that I might be able to rig something up. Basically just using what I had and my rack, and then putting the safety pin right below my knee and using that as the fulcrum, and then using the band to help assist at the bottom, and then flexing my quads to finish the movement. Very, very tough movement. It's going to be dependent upon your rack and your bands and your weight and all that kind of stuff. But I do think it's replicable for many people. You just have to find that right band tension, that right height. Kind of a nuance to set up. But if you don't have a leg extension machine, definitely good. It also provides a good active stretch of the hip flexors in that position. So very specific to what the machine does from Westside Barbell, but it's not the exact same thing. So a good substitute, but the machine's gonna be probably your best option. But I also know that it's pricey and not very popular in most gyms. So just something I thought I'd throw in to finish off my quads for the day. And then I had a superset of glute ham raises and reverse hypers, 15 and 20 each, 3 sets through. This was actually pretty tough. Glute ham raises felt pretty good, but then when I got to the reverse hyper, my glutes and hamstrings were already fried, so it didn't take a whole lot of weight. And I went with the long strap to just really focus on the glutes and that final end range of motion. Almost kind of like partial, so you can kind of say it's similar to drop set, but not really. We're also training the hamstring at both origin and insertion, so that's what also makes it a pretty tough superset. But again, I'm trying to get back into the powerlifting just a little bit, but still trying to keep the hypertrophy volume very similar. And then my ab work was the wall press abs. I think I put something on my social media before about these, but I've never actually filmed them. It's essentially a really good way to learn how to brace. You got to take your low back, push it to the floor, and maintain that back completely flat. As soon as you start to arch and break, you're done. You want to stop. You're not going to get the benefit out of it. So it's going to force you to keep that pelvis tilted, create that cylinder. Chris Duffin's really big on that. So this is a really good movement to reinforce that. I just put my feet in a squat stance to make it a little bit more applicable to powerlifting. I believe this was a 60-second hold or so. Definitely not an easy movement. You can just make it harder or easier based upon how high or low your feet are off the ground. And of course, you can add ankle weights and all that kind of stuff if you want to get really crazy. That's all I've got. Thanks for checking in, and you can keep up with the rest of my stuff over on elitefts.com.